We all know Dyson spheres are supposed to be the ultimate goal of any advanced civilization out there. And yes, we have a few potential candidates for such structures in our own galaxy. But what if we take things up a notch and build a Dyson sphere around our very own sun? How would that work, and how much power could we generate? To answer this question, let's take a look at what a Dyson sphere actually is. Basically, it's a megastructure built by an advanced civilization that completely encompasses a star, converting all of its energy into a usable form. This energy can then be used by the civilization for whatever they want: light, heat, or direct energy. The only limit is the amount of energy the star puts out. Now, there are different types of Dyson spheres. A type 1, for example, is a swarm of independent collectors which only partially encompass the star. Type 2 is a shell that sits on the surface of a star, while Type 3 is a solid sphere surrounding the star. We need at least one of these to fully harness the sun's power. The main problem with building such a structure around our sun is getting close enough to it to begin construction. The temperature at the sun's surface is about 5,500 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt just about anything we can possibly imagine, even if we manage to get something like a fleet of robots close enough to the sun to start building. They would quickly burn up in the process. We would need some sort of protection for them, which brings us to the first potential solution. This is a Dyson hemisphere. Since we don't really need to encompass the entire sun, but only a large portion of it, this design might be more feasible. With a fleet of robots building outwards from the sun, we could create a large dome-like structure made out of a super strong material capable of withstanding the intense heat and pressure at such high temperatures. This would allow us to get very close to the sun without being damaged, making the construction of a full sphere much easier. Plus, the materials needed to create this wouldn't need to be perfect. Imperfections and gaps could be left for later. Robots could easily fix them once the structure is complete. With such a hemisphere in place, we could easily use current technology to convert the sun's energy into a usable form. Large mirrors could be placed at the focal points of the rays coming from the sun, concentrating them into a beam. These beams could then be used to power lasers, particle accelerators, fusion reactors, you name it. The possibilities are really endless here. If we wanted to go for broke, though, we could try and create a solid sphere around the sun. In this scenario, we would need some sort of advanced material that could withstand the extreme conditions found near stars. One possible candidate is graphene. This material is only one atom thick, but it's incredibly strong and has excellent thermal conductivity. By layering sheets of graphene, we could create a super strong material capable of withstanding the sun's wrath. The process of building such a sphere would be extremely difficult and dangerous. It would require fleets of robots working around the clock for years, if not decades, to construct, but the reward would be worth it. A full sphere around the sun would generate an insane amount of power, more than enough to supply the entire Earth with energy for millions of years. Of course, there's no way we could ever do something like this right now. The technology required to build a Dyson sphere around the sun simply doesn't exist yet, but hey, who knows? Maybe one day we'll be able to do it. Just imagine the possibilities: an unlimited supply of clean energy that could power our entire planet for millions of years. No more pollution, no more climate change, just endless clean energy. But even if we never build a Dyson sphere around the sun, the fact that we can even imagine doing something like this shows just how far human ingenuity can take us. Who knows what other crazy things we'll come up with in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.